years from the standpoint of how we're looking to try and tie an entrepreneurial side of this world with the environmental side. And there's really no better group that I could think of than the MOA students. There's obviously other groups that are going to be involved with this, but they're primarily working with Forest Grove starting in 2017. We had a chance to enter Samsung Solve for Tomorrow contest. And urban runoff was our choice, the problem we chose to solve. And it was the only middle school in the state of Florida to advance to the state final. So I really felt that was a good start. And as much as I would love to have continued that, it didn't quite happen. But thanks to Mr. Terrence Buford, Mr. Mills, we have some incredible connections with Forest Grove. There was a new principal reinstated last year. We came back, we presented an idea that we had to bring in the entrepreneurial side, which is really my end of this. I have an organization called the American Dream Factory. It's only on Facebook as we speak, but the point I want to try to make in all of this is we got to this particular marina because of Buzz Smith, and he's not here at the moment, but he helped build this marina. He still manages it, and he has given us carte blanche to use this entire marina as not just an outdoor science class, that we're going to talk about what we do with oyster wraps and fish habitats, and we're going to walk this marina. We've got an underwater drone that Mr. Tygerson is going to get in. We're going to show some things that we're going to be doing with your students, your at-risk kids, whatever group you're involved with. We're going to be working with you on turning this particular marina into what we're going to call the safest and greenest marina in the world. So I make one point about just trying to, what is an invention? What does that really look like? As you walk this marina, I just want you to kind of make a point. If you see these, they're everywhere. But they're also mandated fire extinguisher cabinets. Mr. Buford, a former fireman, paramedic, he can attest, boats catch fire too. So you ask yourself, how would you find this if you were in a panic? Your family's on the boat, dogs, I don't care what it is, would you not be running to an extinguisher to help put that fire out? And I'm just trying to make the case that that's not that easy to see in a panic, especially at nighttime. So our students are going to be working on a way for us to actually make these things stand out, whether it be day or night. If you fell in the water, how do you find a ladder? Well, again, these are things that we're thinking of in a different way. So the safe side of the marina is going to come from the entrepreneurial side, the inventors like myself and others that are at this table. And then we're going to have the green side, which Mr. Tygerson, the MOA students, they're going to have a huge part of. So without further ado, I just want to give a few guest speakers a chance to say a few more words, and then we're going to do a little bit of a walk around. This again is meant to be a bit of a meet and greet. I want you to see how many people are here, how many different organizations, Boys and Girls Club, Sword Outreach, which I'm a mentor of. It's just great to see this many people kind of coming together for something that we believe could be a template. And I want to build off that for one more second. I got a gentleman coming from the Benjamin School out of West Palm Beach, who some might know. He built a school in Kenya, fell in love with the area. He's coming with his wife to talk about how international students can be working with ours in a very short period of time. So we're going to be working not just locally. This could be a template that could go around the world. And if I believe what's going to happen is what we're going to be doing here will be used in every marina around the world. So I want Mr. Buford to say a few words on behalf of Sword Outreach and how his training is going to be training a staff. His experience will be training a staff on how to put out fires, save a life through AED units, which are not out there right now. Definitely want Mr. Woltgen, who have an AP of Upper MOA program, Westwood High School here. It's a big deal because I'm pretty sure there hasn't been a lot of collaboration between the two groups, and I think it's time that we're going to bring all this together. So this project could be one of those catalysts that we're going to start talking more about, and there'll be plenty of other things for the groups to do, but this is a start. I hope you can appreciate that. We have food coming, it'll be catered. Food's on the way as I hear, chicken ribs, 2 sides. Kids eat free. Parents, if you can donate 10, great. If not, take a plate. But with that said, I'm going to have Mr. Buford say a few words and pass it over to Mr. Woltgen, and we go from there. Thank you.
How's everybody doing? All right. So, hey, I'm going to say a few words. Like Mr. Jack said, I am Mr. Terrence Buford, born and raised in Fort Pierce, went to multiple schools, went out to the Air Force, had some experience in life with at-risk environments, gang environments that turned my life around and helped me to come back to Fort Pierce to establish a mentor program. And got a lot of our mentors, if you raise your hands, and our youth and parents in the audience out there, if you want to raise your hand right quick. Those that are out there, they're being shy, but that's okay. So, and Mr. Thurnell Mills, we built this together. Our program, Sword Outreach, works to help inner city youth to be exposed to opportunities, environments that are positive, influencing, and to expand their horizons. We also do life skill development, activity, and vocational, which Mr. Jack is a part of, and our parent involvement and community service. So we do a lot for our young people. We partner with a lot of multiple organizations, including the Boys and Girls Club. We've done things with them. Eckers Connect, we have Eckers Connect out here today as well. We have New Horizon, we partner with them, the school systems. So we've been able to influence both male and females, youth from ages 5 to 18. And we have extracurricular activities that we do with our young people. That's just to give them a positive environment so they can make better choices for themselves. So that's what we do. You'll see some of our activities of some of our young people. We've been in existence since 1996. We've been able to influence kids from multiple generations. Some now are in college, some military, some they come back, and we got some today that's operating in our program to help mentor other youth. So they come back as alumni as well. You know, it's all about helping each other, building each other as a community, as an environment that shows that it takes a village. So that's a part of Sword Outreach. That's a little part. You can look us up on Facebook at Sword Outreach Ministries. You can see a lot that we do with our young people. You can see some of the things on our billboard here. So that's a part of Sword Outreach. The other part, what Mr. Jack expressed, I am a retired firefighter paramedic from Martin County Fire Rescue. I did 20 years. Also a firefighter in the Air Force. I did 4 years there. So now I have my own business where I teach CPR, I teach fire safety, help install fires, smoke detectors, do financial services. So I'll be partnering and working with Mr. Jack, Mr. Buzz, who owns this property, to help train staff, residents, to know how to put out fires with extinguishers. So we'll be teaching that. We'll be teaching them CPR. We'll be teaching them AED certification, different things, and not just individuals out here, but we teach those in the community as well. And we're open to be a resource to provide the CPR certifications to any group. So you have an opportunity to see some of the items that we're doing here again with Sword Outreach, working with our young people, working with the parents, working with our community, and with the involvement with the safety part of it. The safety part of it is learning CPR, is being aware of fires, what causes fires and how to put them out. That's very, very important, right? And so we're going to be doing that. We're going to be working together with the whole entire group. So thank you for the opportunity to be able to share with you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Fred Woolgen. I'm the administrator this year at our MOA campus at Fort Pierce Westwood Academy. I'm hopefully looking forward to seeing most of your kids in the next couple of years come through our program. As Mr. Hudson mentioned, we have had disintegration, for the lack of a better term, of contact between our two programs over the last couple of years. I know COVID hasn't been kind. I know the numbers of students coming from our MOA prep program into the high school MOA program has gone down, and that's something we absolutely want to reverse at this point. It's obviously something that your children are passionate about now, and we'd love to continue to build on that. I've already been working with Mr. Tigers and Mr. Hudson on putting plans in place so your students can start meeting some of our upperclassmen in the next 4 to 5 weeks. I'm trying to put together some activities where my juniors and seniors will come over to Forest Grove and work during the school day, at the end of the day, with your kids. We're trying to put together a field trip sometime end of October to where we're bringing over the MOA prep program over to MOA so they can really see what we do on a daily basis. There'll be labs, there'll be activities, just a very nice, hopefully 3-4 hours, get them really understand what we do. It's hard to concept that what are we in, 5th week of school we just finished, 4.5 weeks in at this point. Our freshmen, incoming freshmen, have already been kayaking at least twice. They've been to the lab 3 times. They've been to Harbor Branch. You start day one walking onto MOA campus. Students, This is not, hey, all my junior year I get to go do shark tagging or something. You're in the lagoon within 3 weeks of being on campus. I want to say our first kayaking was 2.5 weeks in. We were in the lab 2 weeks into school, working with those world-renowned scientists on the Harbor Branch facility. I don't know anywhere else that can offer that. I am blessed that I got to be over at MOA this year. I did not realize some of the amazing stuff we get to do. So pretty much my year, outside of taking care of my current students, is building the relationship back with Forest Grove, and not just with the MOA program, but all of Forest Grove, because a lot of those kids still come to us at Fort Pierce Westwood, so they understand the great things that we're doing. So I will make sure that Mr. Tygeson has all my contact information if you guys have any specific questions about MOA, want to know what's coming up. But I'll be honest, I'm trying to target last week in October, first week in November, a parent night exclusively for MOA Prep. Come over to the campus. We're going to talk about what we're going to do. We're going to have the labs out. We're going to have the teachers out. We're going to have everything out so you see what our campus is and what an amazing place it is. I have some students here who I'm not going to torment, put on the spot, but this is Saturday morning and they're here because this is what they love. And this activity that Mr. Hudson, Ms. Tygeson are putting together, I can't wait to be a part of because I'm a diver. I love the waters, being passionate about keeping what we do clean. I don't think there's any higher priority because if we don't have clean water, we don't function as human beings. So we got to take care of what we have. So thank you so much for letting me talk this morning, and I look forward to seeing your kids either through this year at Forest Grove or definitely next year at MOA Prep. Thank you.
So one quick thing to say about that and build off of is the collaboration and the things that we've been trying to do behind the scenes. Mr. Tygeson has really just been a hero in all of this. All the MOA teachers and parents so far that I've spoke with all want for more. To have an opportunity to go to a parents' night and see, I'll put it to you this way: a lot of the students that we talked to in class did not know that they weren't going to Westwood's main campus. Like, I don't know, there might be people in here who would be shocked to know that MOA students don't go there. Well, right, you're going over by North. You got one?
In fairness, yes. So you will be on our campus, MOA campus, the majority of your time. But if you're JROTC, we send you over to your JROTC classes at the end of the class day. So your 6th or 7th period, say you have band, same thing. Last hour of the day, we make sure we get you to whatever electives you need. So if you're band, your JROTC, your a particular digital program that I can make work for you, there are things that we make happen. You still have full access to a full, comprehensive high school campus. You want to play football? Done. Want to play soccer? We're good. We have all of that. We just happen to be located next door to one of the most world-renowned marine scientific places in the world, Harbor Branch. You hear about rescuing whales, it's probably Harbor Branch. You hear about stuff going on, it's probably Harbor Branch. We just happen to be located there. Your student will not lack for the other pieces that very much may be important to you. They have access to that at the end of the day. Does that mean they have to go to the main campus? No. There may be some years based on electives, they spend their entire day with me at MOA. But please know they won't be lacking. If they're a band student, if they're JROTC, they have other things they want to do, we make sure they can also do that as well. Thank you. Sorry.
I'm glad to hear that and clear it up. And so again, it's really exposure, I think, is the biggest key. And Harbor Branch, Florida Atlantic University, and talk a little bit about diving. We plan on doing, and we'll be walking this property here in a little bit to talk about, we're going to try to deem this Eco Cove, and we want to have fish habitats that underwater, of course, and having them as double use, if you will, as a shallow dive trail and a snorkel trail. So one of the next people I'd like to bring up is Mr. Mark Music. He's not just a professor at IRSC, he's with Kaiser University, is certified, not just diver, but a trainer as well. So you're going to start to see how the exposures and the activities and the things and what this particular marina is going to be able to offer should be very helpful in what your students are looking for. All the hands-on things are going to make them better, I'm sure, better off to head to Upper MOA, which is already a leg up on the other students going there. So I just want to give some sense of the activities, exposures, the different groups and organizations. And with that said, I'm going to bring Mr. Mark Music up.
Thank you very much. How's everyone doing today? Oh, come on, you can do better than that. Yeah, my students tell me I'm pretty boring like that. So. Yeah, I'm Mark. Technically, I'm what we call a planetary scientist. I'm an adjunct professor both IRSC and at Kaiser. I end up teaching marine biology, life science, just a bunch of different science groups. Just a total science nerd, I guess. But, I've gone with Jack, I've been with Terrence, Mr. Tigerson, I've been introduced the past past year or so. And I've been working out of Causeway Cove for a few years now. I've also adopted Wesley's Island, over in the Cove. And the idea is to be able to keep this area clean and pristine. And as we were saying before, my big thing is water. I'm what they call a water guy. And we have a beautiful area of water that, frankly, everybody loves. But we have to kind of take care of it, clean it up, make sure that it's not getting messed up too much. That's one of the reasons why they're coming in with these reef programs. And Green Marina, World's Safest, Greenest Marina. So we keep tabs on the water. We're trying to, install fish habitats underneath. I myself am doing a little bit of research over here. We're looking at octopi. We have quite a few of those come in. Hopefully some horseshoe crab. And the idea is, I know some of you are thinking, man, this is kind of boring. But the truth is, this is the stuff that we love. I know if it wasn't for the water down here, I wouldn't be here. I absolutely love it. I've done diving for most of my life. I've taught diving for most of my life. And the idea is, especially to you students, there are always opportunities, and there are things that we can find out and things that we can do. And as we were talking about water, one of the things that always comes to mind whenever people ask me about it, when we start looking at the planet, we start talking about how much water we have. Well, the truth of the matter is, 71% of the water is salt. Out of all the water, about 3% is locked up in ice. About another 0.5% is set up as brackish, which actually means there's only less than 1% of water that we use to drink, eat, irrigate, and run industry on. So when we start talking about, we got plenty of water, we don't. So the better we keep the water, the better we keep our environment. Not only does nature enjoy it, we enjoy it just as well. Now, I'm usually around, people help out. Other than that, I think I've been speaking a little bit longer than I should be, but I'm trying to wake up everybody here. Oh, you know what? Before I let this go. Oh, you can't hear me? I'm sorry about that. Well, before I let you go, what's a pirate's favorite letter? Everybody like to say it be R, but his true love be the C. Other than that, let me leave this back with Jack.
Thank you. So, just wrapping things up, we're going to get Mr. Tigerson up here. We're going to try and do a few activities and maybe even break in a few groups. But before it's all said and done, we would love for you to be able to get up and down these piers, take a look at this marina. We are surely going to be walking to the other end. We really do want to try to get this thing renamed, if you will. Call it Eco Cove, if you will, and petition that, make the name change, and we're going to have underwater fish habitats, which is a big deal for all of us. It means a lot of research and science is going to go into that. But for those who don't know, when we talk about wrapping the pilings, for every 37 pilings you wrap with oysters, shucked oyster shells that we're going to be working with, is 21 million gallons of water filtered. So just imagine as you walk around how many pilings there are and how many can be wrapped and what that real total number will be. And that is still a drop in the bucket as we talk about compared to what's in this lagoon. But then what happens if Fort Pierce City Marina does this, or the new marina being built on the other side of the bridge? There's other places and other things that can be done and that could really add to it, and just doing our part. What else can we do but our part? So with that said, I hope you know that you are a large part of this. I'm thankful for you coming. I'll get Mr. Tigerson over here and we'll figure out some ways if we want to separate and get in some groups, and we're going to be doing some research on where our fire extinguisher cabinets are going to be and all those things. But just it's a little bit of a loose kind of a come together thing. It's meant to be a workshop. Food is coming, chicken, ribs, and 2 sides. Drinks are right over there, and we'll get this thing going here in a second. Thank you.